All of you to submit some questions for the candidates tonight. I'm going to take the privilege as the moderator tonight to organize those, and so I'm kind of grouping some of the questions together based on that community visioning report. The first issue that the report says we want to move forward on is localized leadership, building localized leadership within this community. And there are a number of questions that you have asked that relate to that subject. Now, I'm not going to ask you gentlemen to answer every one of these questions because we'd be here all night. But I'm going to read the questions and then just ask you to respond to this general concern of how we're going to build leadership within Uptown, how you would assist this community to build leadership along the lines of the questions that are being asked by this audience here. So, just quickly, what would you bring to the table to assist community organizations to help reignite or ignite civic engagement? How do you plan to support Uptown partners in accomplishing their mission? How would you work with the Uptown community to further our efforts? How have you or will you work with our community group to ensure that you're representing our interests? What is your vision for Uptown? Mr. Lavelle, would you respond first? I'll give you about 2 to 3 minutes to respond, then we'll ask Mr.
Partners for some time now from Representative Wheatley's office. In terms of what I would bring to the table, I would be an active participant leading this visioning process, which you have gone through, which is a great step for this community. It's a great document. I have read the document. I'm very knowledgeable about that particular document. And I would be able to legislate and lobby on your behalf to move this document through as an elected official. And I would be a very active participant. In terms of engaging the community, I've done that work. I have a history of doing that work. I did it when I worked for Americans for Democratic Action. I worked in 6 counties in western Pennsylvania. And it was our goal to literally have 10,000 new people engaged within a political process. We fell slightly short, and it was about 7,500. So I know what it takes to work on the ground, to be in the community every day, building up more civic engagement than where you currently have and helping you move forward. So I forget all the ones you went through, but I do have that history, and I would bring those assets to the table. In addition, I would always ensure that you all have the financial resources and other resources that you need to move this vision forward. Some of it is financial, some of it is literally being the lead voice on your project and being an advocate on your behalf. Much of that work is very, very important, and you need an advocate. You need an advocate who's going to be here with you. I've attended many meetings. I've been in this process. I was at the very large meeting about a month ago when we actually went through the large community meeting, and I was there as well. So I'm very intimate about these particular issues. And I would also ensure that as a city council person, I was able to bring not just city resources, but state resources to the table, federal resources to the table, and private resources to the table. Because I think that particular issue that you spoke about in that document, it speaks to first having 2 sets of groups. One is the Uptown Partners side, which is the local community group. But on the other document, it speaks to you need the public-private partnership. You need the public, governmental, engaged with the private partnership. And I would be able to link those 2 together and bring those resources to the table.
Thank you.
Well, I think first, the most important thing to do to advance your vision is you have to show up at this meeting. You have to be here, right? And so if you're concerned with moving an agenda forward, you would be here and you would be a part, and you would make it very clear I'm here with you at each and every time that you call. And so that's one thing, that's the most important thing. In terms of developing leadership, it's not what I'm going to do. It's what I'm doing now and what I've been doing for the last 10 years on the Pittsburgh Public Schools as a volunteer, working with our students, directing our students the importance of getting involved. I started the program 10 years ago where we encourage men to do nothing else but to get up, get out, and come to school and volunteer. When we get them into buildings, we then get them to sign up for the PTOs, PTAs, and PSCCs. That's engagement, getting them involved and teaching them the importance of getting involved with their communities, as well as signing up for those particular things in school. I'm doing that already. Would you please repeat some of your other points you ran off?
Sure. So how would you assist this community organization to reignite civic engagement? How would you support Uptown Partners in accomplishing its mission? How would you work with the Uptown community to further our efforts? And how would you work with our community group to make sure that you're representing the interests of this community?
I think they're all
pretty much
they're all related, and that goes back. There's no need to kind of just go on and on. The most important thing is to be a good listener. Second, make myself and my office available. And the third is when your issues come before council, it's important that you have a person there to articulate your concerns, to make sure that your programs are moving forward.